So in this video I will just show you the common cinematic video you can see online from Epic Games. I'm relighting it a bit again to experiment different workflow and methods of doing it. So it's not completed right now. I've only lit the environment.
You want to play? Okay.
So this has been only lit in terms of the environment first. Okay, so the characters aren't lit, they don't have any rim light, there's nothing done for the characters just yet. There's also a different color palette than last time. I'm experimenting more with different color palette and seeing what I can work with and what people seem to appreciate or not. So the way I've done this one this time around is that I have some point lights, and they are basically within a certain intensity and radius, and this one I wanted to fall down on the floor a little bit. You have this one has a radius that's smaller and less intensity, mostly to illuminate this area using an IES light. And then you have another point light that's static and baked that kind of illuminates more around the area, saving some resources. You have another stationary spotlight, which technically don't have to be stationary. It can actually be static because there is it doesn't go that far out and the character might not be affected by it anyway. But here you can see it's mostly to light the image, the picture, but it's also to break up some of the lighting, so when the shots change you can tell a little bit where the shots are. So you have the green side on the right side overall, in between you have this orange light, and you also have some red light in the background, which actually has a temperature of 2008, which is yellow, and then you have a purple tint on top to create the specific type of red, which was more of an accident than anything, but I kind of liked it, so I just kept it. You have the same here. It's more of a stationary light again to create those sharp shadows, but it's also gradient. And then you have a static light, which is meant to light the environment but not the characters, because we're looking to save the resources. My previous render took a lot of time, and I'm looking for the best way to render out and calculate the shots as well. You can also see on this side there's orange light to light this side. Keep in mind that the location of this changes. So I don't have a graphic card, which is why I'm using this lighting mode. The minute I do this, you can see it starts lagging a lot, and it becomes a bit difficult. So I'm actually working with less resources in terms of hardware to pull this off as well. So if I could I'm just gonna go to light complexity. You can see it's okay. It's not at least not in the red zone. The light density, I could optimize these one for the final shots. Stationary overlap, even though I have some stationaries, it's not there's no red, there's no issues so far. In terms of shader complexity, you can see that we're not talking about any issues here either so far. And of course, in terms of reflection, this is how it looks reflection wise. So generally speaking, you can see that I also have a green tint to the post effect to kind of make it a bit more greener overall to this scene. And that's basically the approach I've done so far, is to light the environment, and then I'm going to light the characters themselves. So for now you've only seen it without them being lit. So for this particular video, I've shown you how it is so far. It used to be more saturated, and with that I mean there is a thought behind everything. So for example, if I were to try and turn around, this color is more saturated, no, desaturated, and this is more desaturated. This is saturated to create that balance between the color and the lighting. This one is still a bit desaturated. This one is desaturated but saturated. You can kind of see the difference here. Another thing you can see is I'm going light, dark, light, a bit dark, light, a bit dark, light, dark, light, dark, and light. And a lot of the work will be done in terms of the character lighting as well, to create that contrast. We are sticking to it, and we'll see how it ends up being compared to the previous version I've done and released so far in these experiments that I've been doing. So yeah, that's about it. Hopefully this will be good. Thanks for watching. See you around. Bye bye.